Just remember, Durst is the worst.
Durst the worst, bitch.
He's attractive.
Empathize with those who love cock, Riley.
Like with the Playgirl calendar.
Don't you love
like,
cock, dude?
I don't get Playgirl.
You know, well, you know, just the whole idea about what is the sort of masculine archetype that women are looking for. I mean, can't you?
They either like you or they don't. You either make them laugh, and you have ripped abs that they're drawn to.
Okay, Brad Pitt has that, I think.
Not as good as mine, and he's not.
Really?
Fun.
You think so?
Well, okay. I'm not going to show you.
Well, I don't have any evidence.
No,
so
well, you're not going to get any.
Oh, okay.
Because I know you enjoy the evidence.
Well,
You're looking at me the way a lion looks at a gazelle. So
no, I'm not a predator at all.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, no, you insinuated that.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying
a lion looking at a gazelle. What does that mean?
It means it wants to taste it, probably. But anyway.
Really? You think so?
I don't know. You're really the Brad Pitt.
No, I'm saying that like Brad Pitt is like a commonplace archetype of like a guy that women just goes, oh my god, yes, you know, like Idris Elba or George Clooney, whatever else the Ocean's 11 type of.
How do you feel about,
you know,
like Gilbert Gottfried?
Yeah, I don't think he would fit into that. I don't know if you're asking my personal opinion.
Yeah,
but
you like Danny DeVito?
Oh, well, I like Danny DeVito more than Gilbert Gottfried because he's in Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Do you think Danny DeVito would be like a more sort of considerate lover than Gilbert Gottfried?
That's a good question. I think so, yeah. I think because actors tend to have this sort of yes-and attitude. They want to sort of help the scene happen. That's kind of something that they keep talking about, that they don't really, I mean, as much as like there's stardom in Hollywood.
Right.
There's this sense of like being in theater about trying to make the scene happen, not just you getting all the attention.
Right.
So I think DeVito, I mean, especially as a guy, I sympathize with him as a guy that I think has, constantly gotten shat on in life. Like, he's never gotten the respect. He's a short, fat, balding guy. Like,
so you think you give him the opportunity to be the shitter and not the shitty?
Well, I think that once he's given the chance to love, that he really knows how to do it. Because he knows what it's like to be a
more than Pesci, you think?
Well, you said Gilbert Gottfried earlier.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried to me just feels like an act. It doesn't feel like that's who he really is.
So you wouldn't like go on a trip with him? You'd rather travel with DeVito?
I think no. I would. Oh yeah, totally. I think DeVito is the kind of guy that's like, you know what, he's seen things, and not only has seen things, but was there and knows how to like work it. You know, like I mean, he's in Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's not a happy-go-lucky story.
No, it's dark.
That's the hey, we have all of these dark urges, and we're trying to figure out if this means anything. Like it ends up pretty much like shit all the time. Like it never goes well in Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And I feel like Danny DeVito is the kind of guy that you want when you're in your jail cell and you got to make that one call. They're like, dude, Danny. And Danny's like, dude, you don't even have to tell me. Right? I'm there. That's what
in your jail cell, you'd like Danny DeVito rather than just
Gilbert Gottfried?
Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, but it's like Gilbert Gottfried would just complain about the jail cell itself. Like, oh my god,
the decorating.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
Whereas Danny's like, dude, I've been here too many times. I know what to do here. I'll just, play the adult here and just give you all the 1, 2, 3s and let's just get the fuck out of here and, live a better life. And I like that about him. I mean, it's
that he could be DeVito on D-Block. He could make it work in prison.
Oh yeah. I think everybody would sympathize with him because everyone feels like the kind of short, folding old man. I mean, whatever equivalent that is to you in their life. And I think he's gotten it so consistently in his life that, like, he at this point all he has is answers. All he has is not even answers, but solutions. Like, hey, I've tried these things before. It doesn't work. Here's what you got to do. That kind of like.
He'd work you through the process.
Well, I think he's been through it. I think he's the kind of guy that has had, coke overdoses around him. And he was the last guy being like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
You think he's done a lot of coke?
No, I'm saying
you think he's done poppers with another bunch of guys in like a dance club?
It could be, but I feel like as much as he wants to, he's probably had more happen to him. And he was the kind of designated driver that had to take care of shit. Because, hey, you're a Hollywood guy, you know how to deal with these things, and you're like, dude, I'm just a guy that just wanted to be a star. Like, that's it. what other schmuck doesn't want to be a fucking star? I'm just trying to work my little angle to make it work. And now I'm here at the big Hollywood party, and like shit's happening around me, and I'm like, dude, I'd rather fucking play Always Sunny in Philadelphia than this big budget movie shit.
So, okay. So you think Gene Hackman quit too early?
Well,
Do you think would you go on a trip with him to like a romantic island like Bora Bora or something with Gene Hackman?
I think that like
Or do you think he's too old?
guys who, and I mean anybody who ends up as an actor always has this curiosity about human beings. And Gene Hackman to me seems like a guy that's always kind of stuck in the same role all the time. Always the sort of executive commander-ish type, always having to make decisions. And
Did you see the Birdcage? I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've seen the Birdcage many times.
there we go. But
He was
see,
in Dragon. That would appeal to you.
But that's where I think like that curiosity comes from. Not necessarily the fact that like that's what everybody wants to be, but the fact is that you've been pushed in one direction for so long that at some point or another you're just like, dude, what would it be like to be on the other side? And the thing about acting,
Basically, be the bottom.
well, be the bottom, be somebody else different than you, be the person that you feel like you could never be, but
Louis
always wanted
XIV,
to.
Golden Hermes, the God Apollo.
Any fantasy that you want. I mean, especially the one that's like most opposite from you. That's the thing. It's like it's this whole other foreign world that you always had this fascination and fantasy and just this anticipation about it.
Japanese anime.
Yeah.
Strawberry shortcake.
Totally foreign language. They kind of use English words sometimes.
I think
but-
strawberry shortcake is English.
Yeah, but they use it sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, maybe I could somehow break through there. And the thing about acting is that they just say, they're not like, hey, you be you. It's you be who you want to be. It's like, go, you know, and
What's
you
up?
just break through the barriers. So I think that, like,
Usually people would scream "come" as opposed to "go," but "go" would still be appropriate. Maybe more
well,
so.
no, calm would be fine. I mean,
Okay.
there's some guys that like to be told what to do.
So you like
know,
calm?
They like the whole like sort of the dominatrix side of things. I don't know if you've seen like Billions.
No.
Like it's this big like sort of like hedge fund show where like the main good guy, the guy that's like doing the toughest job.
There's good guys in hedge funds. Okay.
No. This is the guy that's investigating the bad, so-called bad guys on the hedge funds.
Okay.
Right? So he's supposed to be the good guy, but like he has this fetish for being dominated. Like he likes it when like girls are like literally like sipping on his hand when he's in the coffee shop, and like literally is paying for that shit. So I think that there's a kind of like fantasy about art that they're trying to fulfill. To say that like, you know what, this is who I am as a human being, and I'm just coming out forward. You know, I only live this once. I'm just trying to make the best of it, and I'm not trying to like hurt anybody from it. You know, like if they're into the like hurting kind of thing, that's fine. Like let's have rules and let's have, you know,
Numerous
ways
safe words.
Yeah, safe words or, you know, whatever it is. Like we have a camera watching, so it's not like
Streaming onto a
you know?
website somewhere in the Philippines.
Yeah, exactly. Or even just your daughter's fucking laptop. You know, like
No.
whatever it is that's
I
going.
wouldn't go there, but okay.
Well, but the thing is, that's what's happening a lot because that's why like 50 Shades
Not
of
at my
Grey.
house, but okay.
No, it's fine. If that's your rules, that's your rules. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
keep
that
daughters out of it.
the biggest surprise I've had in my own little burgeoning to adulthood life is the fact that 50 Shades of Grey wasn't like being bought out by all of these like, you know, guys who weren't getting laid, who had no sense of confidence about themselves. They didn't feel like, even if they weren't getting laid, they weren't being successful. Like that's what the feminists would have said, would have been like the 50 Shades of Grey kind of audience. It's like, oh, why is this guy dominating over this woman? Oh, it's because there's a bunch of guys who want to dominate over women. I was like, okay.
You
that's
want to
your
find
argument.
those guys who want to dominate.
But the thing is, the biggest fucking audience for 50 Shades of Grey were teenage girls and housewives. Like, that didn't make sense.
And confused 30-something men.
Well, I was waiting for them, but they didn't show up. Like, I work at a bookstore.
Yeah.
So, like, the people who come up to me and be like, hey, dude, yeah, 50 Shades of Grey, I know, but I just wanted to check it out. I would have been like, okay, dude, you know, fine, we all got our thing. But the thing is, they never show up. It's always fucking teenage girls and bored housewives. that don't even like try to be like Playboy secretive about it. They just add that on, like, yeah, of course. Yeah, sure, why not? Of course I'm going to give this to my daughter. Kind of shit. And I'm just like, wow, like, do you know what's inside of it? And they're like, yeah, that's why I'm buying it. You know, that kind of like turning on that's happening. And I feel like part of the reason why I'm here is because of the fact that I don't think guys in general have that kind of freedom to be open to like what they want.
Well, you've been pretty open about what you want this conversation. So.
Well, no, I'm not saying
pretty
this is
open.
just for me. This is just for me. I'm just saying guys in general. Is that when I talk to guys, and it's very few times, and it's usually a lot of drinks and a lot of golfing or a lot of hunting, or you know, a lot of like
anywhere up deep in the woods.
Yeah, deep in the woods. Like you're there, like there's no consequences to what you say, other than the fact that you have to trust that your friend is your friend. That's it. You know, and in that moment, guys will be like, "Hey, man, like, I don't know how to put this to you. I ain't a linguist or an English major or nothing like that,
right.
But like, this is how I feel." And I'm like, "Dude, man, like, that sounds like it's really unfair." And they're like, "Well, shit, that's just what it is to be a guy. Like, it doesn't matter if it's unfair. You have to get better. You have to train better. You have to wake up earlier. You have to do more fucking work.
You gotta wax. You gotta pluck. You gotta shave. You gotta get maybe a better smelling cologne.
Yeah. You gotta appeal. It's not about you. It's about them.
You
What
need
they want.
tighter fitting camouflage. Maybe a bigger gun. Right?
Bigger guns. You know, drive a better car.
All those
You know,
things. Yeah.
got that kind of suave movie star kind of appeal to you. You know, that's what the pickup artist community is arguing for. Well, I mean, they talk about like the bigger frame. Like you got to have the bigger and stronger frame. You know, the fact that you're not going to get shook by any of the bullshit that a woman is going to toss on you.
Right.
You got to be able to handle anything. And I mean, I see the appeal, but the way I see it is like I call it like you're being a tool. Like you got to be reliable. You got to be available 24/7, function anytime, regardless of the situation, and pull through.
You gotta be ace hardware.
Yeah. And whereas like the other side, whatever it is, like they get to have all these excuses. Like, you know what, I'm having a moment right now, I can't really, and people give me sympathy for it. Like, oh, of course, you know, go ahead and, you know, have it easier than us. So to me, that part like doesn't add up. And the whole like I wouldn't mind if feminists were just like, you know what, fuck guys, you know, like fuck it, like this is just who we are, like this is how we live, you know.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
How you doing?
I would rather go for that. And if they were to come up to be like, you know what, no, what feminism really is about equality. Because when they dropped that shit, I was like, all right, that's fine. So what do you think is so much harder about your life than a guy's life? Can you describe what a guy's life is like? And they're like, no, that's toxic masculinity. We can't be diving into that shit. Whoa, what are you doing here? I was like, well, it sounds like you really don't want to fucking compete. And I'll steal this from Bill Burr in a minute. Is that you just want life to be a buffet where you just get to pick out the good shit without ever having to learn how to cook. And that's my attitude about it.
Yeah.
Is that,
Bill Burr's attitude.
well, I mean, I agree with him. I agree with him on the fact that, like, hey, if you want to have that sweet little mansion on top of some skyscraper, 40, 50, 60 gajillion floors
Then
up,
you better find an old Jewish guy with a big bank account.
you got to work the system. Whatever it is.
That's working the system.
Whatever it is that works, that happens.
And justify the beat. I mean, you're promoting sugar daddy. That's fine.
No, I'm not promoting sugar daddyism. I'm saying that if you want to be that guy that's going to end up as the next Steve Jobs or the next big CEO.
No, I don't want to be in the
next. No, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying that for the women who are asking for the higher position jobs and saying that there's a glass ceiling. Well, if it's a fucking glass ceiling, watch what they're fucking doing, because the reality of all this shit is that it's not some fucking playtime kindergarten bullshit. this is some fucking serious, hardcore, like, dark human nature shit that's happening up there. There's some real fucked up things that guys just do automatically that they're not even supposed to talk about.
Okay. I think a lot of those dark things happen on Little St. James Island.
Where's that?
It's an island in the Virgin Islands, owned by Jeffrey Epstein, the convicted pedophile sex offender. He's friends with Bill Clinton. He was flying young teenage girls from Royal Palm Beach High School in Florida onto his island, and then allowing his wealthy friends to use them basically as sex toys.
Because to me, those kind of guys are like, dude,
they're psychopaths.
We didn't have any happy times in our lives. Like that's what it takes to get to the top. Is that there is no assurance, no security.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
No, I think they're basically raging psychos, and they hang out with other raging psychos, and it's a big club of raging psychos. I think Steve Jobs was an overrated intellect. He was a deranged, down-low closeted homosexual who drove a car with no license plates on it, so that if he did hit somebody, they wouldn't be able to track him down and sue him. So they're basically all just nuts. And Tim Cook is the same thing. It's a whole big club of creepy, repressed, dark, Patrick Bateman-esque creepazoids who abuse women because they actually hate women, and a lot of them are closeted fags that basically just want to get fucked by other guys. So the whole thing is sick. They're basically a sick bunch of people.
No, Tim Cook is openly gay. Like, he's come out.
Well, he had to. There's a lot of people who say things, but anyway, yeah.
Well, the thing is that, like, to be the kind of boss is the fact that you decide over people's lives.
No, it doesn't have to work like that.
Fundamentally.
No,
it's the fact that, like, you have to be like, hey, you're a guy, you come to me, you have your resume. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this as an example. Neutral third party. Is that you come up to me with your resume, with your recommendations, right? I had to phone call your ex-bosses or whatever and ask you, like, who you are as a person. And that even after that, even if it is that you're his friend, right? Let's just say this. I'm not trying to imply anything. But let's just say that you vouched for him. You said, oh, I would swear on my goddamn life, this man's a good man. Like, he's a hard worker. He's all about justice. He's trying to do the right things. But me as a boss, will have to tell him to go fuck himself. I mean, I know in the politically correct kind of business savvy way where it's like, oh, we don't have enough positions in our department right now, whatever it is. But I have to tell him that his desire to have some legitimacy in his life, to have a fucking career, have a salary, have a place to go to, his own fucking parking spot, after all this fucking work, I have to tell him no. No. I mean, to be the most literal possible. Right? No bullshit here. I mean, I'll bullshit it because I'm in business, so I have to say, like, you know, that you get fucking frustrated for, even more than, like, the fact that you got fired. But that's what bosses are, is that by the time you get to Steve Jobs and Tim Cook's level, is that's like 20, 30 years of telling people, hey, no, go away, don't have a livelihood, and also having to justify the fact that, oh, the guy that I like, or the gal that I like, I want them here with me. Whereas everybody else fucking hates my guts. Because they all think that, you know, them or the person that they like should have been the one that should have gotten presidency. Whereas I'm the fucking asshole that has to say, no, this is our new VP right now, deal with it.
Yeah.
And I think that adds on after decade after, I can't even imagine what a decade is like in a boss's life.
10 years.
Yeah, but well, I'm saying that in terms of the actual emotional costs of it. But then they do that for 30 years, and at this point, they're like, dude, I've always been the fucking asshole in this life. Like,
just been taking it.
It's not like if I were, no, giving it. I'm the one telling people, hey, you fuck off, you are like you.
More the dick than the asshole.
Well, the thing is that I'm shitting on everybody.
You have to be the dick.
Like, I go around and be like, hey,
on everyone.
You know what? Get a better camera. Get a better.
Aren't you going to take some orders? Aren't you going to take some orders from like bankers and financiers and shareholders, aren't you ever going to take orders? Or
Yeah, but they're my friends. If I'm that high level, those are the guys I'm golfing with.
Okay.
Like, I'll tell them some shit. But like, I'm trying to nuance that shit, couch that.
Is
by
that
like,
baseball or is that golf? That's baseball.
Like, either way.
Well, that grip is more baseball, but okay.
Yeah, well, either way, I'm just trying to like, be like, I don't want to talk to you directly. Be like, hey, you, like we'll be fishing. We'll just be like, hey, you know what? I don't know about your quarterlies, man. You know, I just don't trust it. You know, whereas you would translate that as like, hey, there's some serious fucking things I'm doing wrong here that this guy doesn't like. But I'm trying to couch this shit all the time, right? Because I'm out there at a high level. You know, I can't just fucking go AWOL. No. You know, I have to play within the hierarchy. And the thing is that all that bullshit heads on after 30 years, and you're like, wait, so if I were to go on Oprah right now, would people like me? And your fucking assistant will be like, no.
Jerry Springer, they would.
No. Oh, yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you'd do
Jerry
well
Springer. Jerry Springer would fucking hate me. And everyone
they would like you on that.
He would at least use you for ratings. But
Right.
I don't know if Oprah is the right platform for somebody.
Right, but the thing is,
like
Oprah
yourself.
is the kind of sympathy vote. So if I were to go to Oprah right now, would I get booed or would I get cheered? And the answer is
It's the ultimate question for America, isn't it?
no. It's just the fact that no, you're gonna get fucking booed. Nobody likes you. Like, you're the asshole that said we shouldn't have earphones anymore, and we're going to take away the plug. So at that point, they're just like, all right, well, if I'm going to be a fucking asshole anyways, and I can't talk to anybody about this shit, then why don't I just go ahead and do whatever fucked up things are in our minds? Because the thing is that, like, this is my belief. I'm not saying it's any of your beliefs, but that everybody has something in their fucking heads that they know for certain would fuck them over socially, like completely.
Yeah.
Like there's just no way of ever approaching this shit. You just gonna have to die with it. Now, as a rich person, you're like, hey, I've got the means, I've got the excuse.
I can hire tons of attorneys after I end up on the news.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. I have all the fucking legal teams in the world begging to fucking defend me.
Go for it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Is that what's going on?
Well, I think it's because it's all the fucking pressure. Like, I can't even fucking deal with my regular old shitty job in retail and not fucking almost cause a traffic accident. You know? That's the kind of reality where, like, I'm cussing out, like, 90% of the other people who are driving because they're shitty drivers, while also, during that same time, almost causing an accident myself. So, like, if I were to be caught on that shit...
We don't want you caught. We also don't want you to do it either.
Either way, even if I try to go up to Oprah, it's not going to help me.
I feel like you're going to end up on the news. I feel like I'm going to see you on the news.
Right, but then it's like, hey, dude, I'm already going to be fucked anyway.
No, we don't want you fucked. We want you to just get better.
Yeah, but the thing is that, like, getting better is just this condescension that other people say about you're a shitty person.
No, I didn't say that. I said whatever it is, just don't do it. Just stop.
Yeah, but that's totally against human nature. Like,
no, sometimes you don't. No. Human nature doesn't keep going. Sometimes you just don't do it. You just go, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but like to a guy.
It's like if I was at a bar and you bought me a drink, no thank you.
Yeah, but this is different for like CEOs and big major corporations, is that they have to do it. They have to make the decision. They have to make the call and say, hey, this is the direction that we're going because millions of lives are at stake here. Right. If I don't make the right fucking like industry call here of what to do, then I'm affecting people's lives here. Like, I have to be the asshole that says, hey, iPhones are going to go towards like a single click. You know, whatever it is that the industry is doing. I'm not doing that. We're going to go fucking a different way. And that affects, like, I mean, not only the employees of your life, but it also affects your entire consumer base.
The employees of your life?
Well, yeah, because like everything that you do as a CEO is going to affect some employee.
Well, like, who's the CEO? Who are you talking about?
Well, like in the case of like Steve Jobs, like when he says, "Hey, I don't want to see a fucking whatever it is on the iPhone,"
right.
That means 10,000 people's lives that morning. They're going to be seeing some email from a manager saying, "Hey, we're not going to be seeing these fucking things anymore," and that's how your life is going to change right now. You're going to have to put up with it and shut up and just do it. Like, that's the effect that every like major boss has in the world. And the fact is that like people laud him for it. Like, oh, oh my God, he's an innovator, he's a revolutionary, he's Gandhi, he's fucking changing the game.
Right.
So that's the kind of thing that they're being lauded for. So they have to be like, dude, I have to think up for myself of what is good for everybody else and just go and do it. Because that's how I came here. That's how I'm successful. I didn't just fucking say like, oh, Microsoft's, yeah, but you know, I can deal with it. I'll just sit here and be a mid-level corporate employee for the rest of my life because my life dwindles away. No. He said, fuck you, fuck college. I'm gonna fucking, you know, make my own goddamn thing going.
Right.
So, I mean, as a guy who's been doing, like, I steal again from Bill Burr. Like, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Second Bill Burr quote.
Yeah, no, like, he talks about Arnold Schwarzenegger, like, dude, the guy should have been fucking, like, just working in UPS.
It's interesting because I say that exact same thing about Bill Burr.
Yeah, well,
He should have been at a bar in Providence, Rhode Island, serving $2 shots because his whole material's stale. Mm-hmm. He's a New England ripoff of George Carlin. Let's be honest. And you know, he's fake.
Damn, that's harsh.
I don't think he's a fake. I think that, like, the thing about him is that if he never talked about
where would he
George
be
Carlin,
without Dave Chappelle? Huh? Where would he'd be pouring drinks in Providence, Rhode Island, probably at the TF Green Airport in Cranston or Warwick. That's what I think. That's what I think about Bill Burr.
Well, the thing is about Bill is that he talks so much about George Carlin.
Of course he does. He has to. He's lifted so much of his conceptual narrative.
Well, I think that for him, though, like, the thing that George Carlin couldn't do that Bill does better is
pick up black women.
Well,
because he's taller. He's taller.
He likes the black woman, but the thing that
at
he
least
does
one.
better
At least one.
Is that he talks about his personal life, and that's one of the major things that, like, George never could do.
You don't want to open up like that to strangers. That's the difference, because
but that's what he did. Like, it may be that that's your, like, prescription for comedians, but the thing is that he did, and that's what makes him different than, like, George Carlin, because George Carlin was about the big picture.
He was.
He talked about, like, everybody. You know,
yeah.
Oh, I have psychotic fucking hatreds about these.
I don't think he ever said that. I don't. No, George Carlin never said he had psychotic hatreds.
No, he had psychotic fucking hatreds.
No, he didn't. Okay, well, that's your opinion.
He doesn't have disgruntled opinions. He has no, I don't know that part, but he certainly has the psychotic part.
Oh, that's. Okay.
No, you can look it up. I mean,
I don't know where I would look that up.
If you need to go on YouTube and just write, you know, psychotic hatred.
If he gets into his stand-up persona, then yeah.
I don't think it's real.
Yeah, I mean, like that's.
Oh, it's fine.
It's like watch the cartoon character.
Yeah,
on stage.
I think he was performing. I think a lot of comedy is creating a character.
If it's performing, is that like Bill? What he performed was a very empathic sort of being inside your skin, like trying to expose what you were going through.
Would you go to Tulum, Mexico with Bill Burr? We see somebody could you hang out with him on the beach for a week?
Oh yeah, because he would just fucking trash me all the time. It would just be fun.
Yeah.
He would just walk through. I mean, wherever place it was, he'll probably talk about how he'd been there, like back in my age,
right.
And how it was just like he had no idea what the fuck he was doing.
Right.
But then he'll be like, all right, you know what? You guys in your fucking alt comedy, whatever the fuck bullshit you guys call yourselves these days, like, here's what you're missing. You know, like, this is what we lived through.
So you're a comedian?
Right? No, I don't like it when people call me a comedian, because I'm just more about trying to get into the nitty gritty of things. I mean,
right.
a lot of comedians.
But do you do stand-up though?
No, I don't do much stand-up at all, and that's the thing. It's like I'm more
on all fours, probably.
Well, I like it more in the sense that you actually have something to say, and we can talk about this shit, not just me, you know, shouting out loud, and you be like, ha 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 ha, and ooh, you know, and other things. You know, I want to have that, like, the fact that we're just two human beings, not the
son of a
right.
You know.
Oh man, it was good. We gotta go and talk to some more people, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
Appreciate it, man. We're on our way. We've got some sandwich.
Yeah. All right.
That was good. Cheers, man.
What's your name?
I'm Bill.
Bill. I'm Rio.
Boom.
Always remember Durst is the worst.
Subscribe, bitch.